to wait for long enough for you to up. Look at you.
Nigga, don't be saying no nothing, bro. Goddamn pencil neck, goddamn. Look at you, looking like a bird, bro. And that's you.
Your hairline doing this.
We got it if you want it, that's AGP.
Oh, I know you repped that set too. Oh, that wasn't your
I
favorite.
wasn't really talking to you. I was talking to you, but I get to your long nose ass.
But he drove your hairline, bro. Yeah.
He did what? You up, Spike.
I was about to say that you don't look at me. You that up on your own. Nigga. Post the ones that I copied and pasted on you.
So yeah, what's up, y'all? We're here.
Like,
All right, y'all. What's up? What's up? What's up? This is the. Should we say this is the first episode?
well, we
First
recording
recording.
But, all right, what? I've been said we recording already.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all right, man, talking jump. But for real, what's up, y'all? I hope y'all having a beautiful day. Want to thank y'all for checking in to the AGB podcast. So, if you're just now checking in, right? This is basically the podcast where we have a group of men, right? That all happen to be blurry, so all have to be interested. Ooh, Lord. That all happen to be interested in anime, gaming, and other nerdy things, but we also have our own walks of life that we follow, right? So, yeah. So, how's everybody doing today?
we doing good. I mean, I'm doing good. Feeling great. Feeling swell, bud. Swell. Yeah, you like that word, you know?
Exuberant.
Yeah, you feel me?
Expeditious. Hey, by the way, T.I., if you watch this, like, let us get on the podcast for it. But all right. But yo, so you say you're doing good? Good.
Yeah.
How your week going this week?
Going good, man. I got off work early, you know, just to be here.
Normally you be here.
Right.
It's late, man.
Late,
like,
bro.
dark as a mother.
Dark,
Yeah.
it don't matter. It don't matter what time of day. Just be like, come to work. I'm like, no. Even during the snow day, they wanted me to come, but I was step out in there. I'm like, whoop, nope.
Yeah, I was funny. I was walking towards the back, like to go do like some knife work and stuff like that, and I was like, "Dang, there's a lot of snow back there." I said,
Yeah, it started sliding.
that Michael Jackson slide. Boy.
Woo!
No, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's good that you mentioned that because we actually gonna get into like managing like what we do in like an actual life because a lot of times people feel like you gotta like quit your job, quit everything, to kind of like just pursue your dreams when it really ain't gotta be there. So we gonna get into that. But Angel, how you living, boy?
I'm living good, trying to set myself up in a advantageous financial position, but everything's a grind.
Y'all these words.
I'm used simple. Simple. This man want to go
Y'all boys picked up.
Advantageous is alright. Well, I'm trying to set myself
Like,
up
look
for
good on camera
success.
now. Look good on camera.
Check his package. Check that man pocket, but he got a little word.
A little word.
It's like I'm using them. Advantageous.
Thesaurus.
That's
He
what's
using
up,
the
though.
thesaurus.
Yeah. Life is expensive as hell, man.
That is true, and considering it's only going to get even more expensive, the only thing we can do about it right now
It's try to maintain.
and make more money.
Yeah.
And that means we can't stop making the money that we have.
Y'all know how crazy groceries have gotten, bro?
Right.
Bro,
Chicken is like the easiest thing to get.
It is.
And
Like,
canned
you get
foods.
sick of chicken now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And canned foods, but sometimes you want a little different varieties and stuff. And
Ground beef is cool too, and it's like those are two proteins you can do a lot of things about.
eggs are high.
from before, I used to try and buy chuck roast.
You don't do this so you can like lean forward.
See, I told you that.
But
But just buying a chuck roast didn't used to be as bad as it
oh yeah,
was
boy, that's
now.
$30.
Chuck roast.
Because chuck roast you can pretty much use for a lot of different meals. And my mom,
And you can.
I'm about to say
it's normally enough meat that you can like.
But
It's no diddy.
tacos is the easiest thing you buy though, man.
we're doing this. That's what we're doing.
We can't start off being racist. You gotta like
You did say you were tired of chicken.
Yes.
Dang.
And watermelon, but we can talk about that.
Oh,
later.
What
watermelon.
about Kool-Aid?
I can never get tired of Kool-Aid, but
I know, right? There's so many.
Am I the only one that used to buy Kool-Aid and Flavor Aid? Is that one of those things that Flavor Aid is like the off-brand,
Oh,
non-sugar based?
Definitely a trench bait.
frozen Kool-Aid with the snakes in it.
Be like, I got flavored water now.
Y'all realize there ain't candy ladies no more?
No.
Like, I was
There was
thinking about
always
that
a candy
the other
lane
day,
with the 50-cent bags and like the little, the
It's
Rocky
like
Pack chips.
that don't exist no more.
No,
Now it's
right.
like
Because everything's like $1.50 to $2.
Yeah.
They taught me how to be the candy man.
How to hustle, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why, you know, we were talking about before in our Discord and like on Twitch, which by the way, me and Jacob stream, and I don't know if Angel's about to get into streaming.
I'm working on it. I'm setting the platform up.
Setting up, okay, yeah. So we all stream on Twitch, sometimes together, sometimes separately. So like, if y'all like Twitch, if y'all like seeing streams and different types of gaming / other streaming content, I think Jacob, you stream mostly like workouts, right?
Workouts,
Technique.
Technique. I'm trying to do like fun and stuff and all this stuff all put together, you know.
Yeah, so he's not necessarily doing like gaming stuff, but it's like, you know, we all stream, so you should check us out there too, right? But yeah, that Chuck Worlds are ridiculous. I think I got, cause like normally I buy like 2 at a time, cause like when I cook, like because I'm the one that cooks, like, you know, for me, y'all know this, but y'all don't. There's me and my fiance Amanda that live in this house, and then because I'm the one that cooks and I'm also working and in school right now, I gotta make meals that's gonna last for a while because I can't cook every night.
Which congratulations to you in school, man.
In school, man. Crying like a oh my God, bro, it is so hard. Like, I cannot lie to y'all, bro. It is so hard trying to go through school and work. Like, it's a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be.
Because it makes you want to pick a lane. Like, I want to go school,
Yeah.
but you need job money to
Yeah.
get through the school.
Yeah.
But in order for me to get the better
Yeah.
job, I gotta have the
Yeah.
school.
Just say, all my life I had to fight.
Oh God, that's what it
Like,
feels.
everything.
I didn't
Yeah.
no more school for me, but
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say never, but
It's one of those things where, like, if you feel like what you gonna learn is gonna help you, I always recommend going to school, but I don't recommend like just going to school.
yeah.
Like, that's the issue with college. Like, a lot of people are like, yo, you need to go to college, and my question is always, for what? Like, I'm actually, for y'all, I'm a college instructor, and the first thing that I ask every student that comes to my door is like, okay, you're here, you're in class, now what? Like, what are you planning on doing with this? You just here because your parents are gonna make you, because you're not gonna go very far.
Yeah.
So, like, for me, as of right now, my major is precision machining, and then next, after I finish that, I'm gonna try to pursue a degree in mechanical engineering, and all of those are things that I can apply towards what I already do, which is straight to the point cutlery, a knife making
Some
company I
education
run.
for the students,
Huh?
for the rest of them now.
But
Need some education for the rest of them.
I need all of it. But like, I can apply machining towards that, towards making folders. I want to get into like suppressors and other gun parts and stuff like that. I've been looking into working for Glock. I've been looking into working for like a bunch of these companies. And then on top of that, with the whole mechanical engineering degree, I can, if I choose not to work as a machining, I can leave welding and still be able to make money because I'd be doing pretty much all the like inspection stuff, drawing up designs, going over different things, stuff like that, machine design, stuff like that.
Right.
So it's like you got to know a reason that you're going to college. You can't just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna go to college.
If I could piggyback off that, my
Yeah.
bad, go ahead.
No, I was just saying party.
If I could piggyback off that, like, everybody here has understood the conversation that we've had with either our significant others, adults, guardians. It's like, hey, you gotta go to college if you want to live a good life and stuff. But nobody explains the how or
Yeah.
the detail parts. Like, you go to college, like you just said. How many of y'all are here because your parents made you? It's like,
Yeah.
well, I'm here, and we really didn't decide on. I'm pro plan, not pro idea.
Yeah.
Right? So even with me, we all went to the same college, if I'm allowed to put that information out there too. We had an idea, we had a plan, and we went to college, but that doesn't necessarily mean our success came from the college, right?
Yeah.
Because also I believe in planning in having changes of life. We could all go into college with an idea, this is what we all want, this turn your passion into a job and then hate it.
Yeah, man, your passion can also change by then.
Right,
You know?
because
Yeah.
you now it's
There's a
becoming
lot
a
of people,
chore. Right.
There's a lot of people that get a degree in something and then they're like, I don't really like this.
I'll be like, I
Like
don't
for
want
me,
to do
when
this no more.
Yeah, when I got my welding degree,
Mm-hmm.
in welding and joining technology, I was like during the time, I was like, this is a cool skill to have. But then when I got out and actually got into the welding world, it's like this shit sucks. I was like, bro, this is stupid, bro. I hate this stuff. I'm always broke. I'm always hot, bro. I'm out these elements, bro.
Irritated.
Right.
Yeah.
You working like John here.
Bro, oh god, I developed a freaking energy drink addiction
Right.
that took me way too long to get rid of.
And
Freaking,
we'll get on that topic on another
yeah.
episode.
yeah, stop drinking energy drinks.
But just like you said, right? So people.
I just want to see how long it threw y'all.
Just like you said, it's like, well, even if you go to college, that doesn't also necessarily mean that the path you choose in college is making money at this point.
Oh yeah,
Like you can you can go to college and get the best education in a major, and then that major doesn't make money.
Oh yeah.
Which is nothing wrong with
Like
college and
communication,
school.
yeah.
You know, school.
Which agree.
You know, schooling is good and everything, but I've seen a lot of people that don't really have the college degree and just as good as the people that have.
Yeah, a lot of times I tell students all the time because like I've gotten in trouble for like letting them kind of like just sit in the classroom and learn or like talk to each other a lot and hang out.
Define trouble.
Like at work pretty much. Like they just I gotta sit there and listen to them like, oh yeah, these students need to be doing blah blah blah. I'm just like, bro, get out my face. But like
There's a method to the madness.
yeah, because it's like, you got students that, like, for me, I got my first job because I made friends. It turns out that, like, two of the people that I went to school with were both dealers, right? And so, because of me growing up where I grew up, we got along like this, right? It was a white dude and a black dude, right? And then also, because, so we all, like, got along and, like, we hung out every day and they were smoking. I would go to chill with them on their smoking days and stuff like that. And then it turns out that, like, they ended up getting signed on a place. And then they were like, we need some, like, one of the guys, he was going somewhere else. And he was like, we need somebody to take my place. He was a lead at this place. And he was like, hey, I know this guy, like, I know Wes is a hard worker. I know Wes is going to do da-da-da-da-da. So immediately, I was able to go from not working at all to being a lead in a fabrication shop. Like, I didn't have to go through that process of just going in a place. And
Interviewing.
interviewing and
Trying to
having to work as like a grunt
Entry
for a
level.
long time. Yeah, I immediately was able to go into a lead position because of the connections I made while I was in
Right.
college. So there's not enough emphasis, in my opinion, in education on making connections with people. It's all about learn these little innocuous facts. And it might, you're fine, it's whatever, right? But yeah, so that's going on. Angel, were you done with your check-in? Is there anything else going on we need to talk about?
Mental health is important, guys, in all facts of life. But I'm doing good right now, and all my boys are doing good. My parents and my household, everything is looking great right now, and we're trying to maintain that.
Woo! Yeah, I won't know why I feel like Mario. But mental health it really is important. Can't stress enough.
Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself and doing daily check-ins with other people. Therapy, which there's nothing wrong with telling somebody how you feel.
You just put a gun away.
I put my phone.
Oh, that's your phone?
I
Okay,
can't
I
say-
forget you.
is it
I was like, dang,
is it-
okay, relax. It's like, y'all don't talk about that. Yeah, that's what I thought.
But it's really important, again, the help that you need and everything, talking to somebody.
And understanding that it's not bad to need help.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
everybody.
one thing that I definitely always had an issue with.
You're not the only one.
It's like, bro, they ain't no bitch. Like, it's really how, like,
Yeah.
But then I feel like there's a lot of times, and coming from the areas we come from, it's like,
Who are you gonna talk to about it? That's what I'm saying.
the other people
that it makes
worse than
sense
you,
to somebody.
yeah. It's funny. I was listening to a what's his name, Ali Sadiq.
Yeah.
Watch that comedian.
I'll see it.
He was talking about how like he moved into a white neighborhood and they taught him about like eating trail mix and sitting at the park and looking at birds and shit. And he was like, "This is so pleasant. I'm gonna get one of my friends from the hood to do this." And then when he got his friend from the hood, and his friend really
Made him
enjoyed
feel like the softest
He
person.
had the most fun, and then he was just like, "Hey, bro, don't tell nobody I was out there." Like,
Right.
I mean, that's just like how we used to do. You know, we still do it sometimes. What you call it? Go out to the park.
Yeah, just
and
chill.
Yeah, right now it's too cold. We got no.
No, I'm
That's
not
part
doing
of it, but like when we get back out, like I do want to vlog it and do other stuff too. But I do really think that it'd be cool if we like go to different parts,
That's what I'm
experience
saying.
nature, maybe go on a hike.
Like I like that workout park we went to.
Yeah, that
I
one
mean,
that
though
was on the
it
house, yeah.
was raining, we had the most fun though.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
feel me?
And there was that creepy long trail.
Yeah, we
didn't
go there.
that part. That's the part.
I don't care how hard we are, we're not going down the crazy trail. I've seen this movie before.
Oh yeah.
Y'all
but-
don't make it.
Oh yeah. By the way, so this is a a little tidbit for y'all. Bro, get outside, enjoy some life. Feel me? It's not all about video games.
Outside is everywhere. You can find it.
Speaking of video games, so like I wanted to talk to y'all about like consoles, right? So I feel like we've gotten to a point where like we're pretty stagnant with what we have. Like it's always gonna be a PlayStation. There's always gonna be an Xbox. The newest console that I can think of off the top of my head will probably be the Oculus or the ROG, the Steam.
But even then, that's a play off of a PC company that just make it mobile.
Pretty much, yeah. So basically, I wanted to talk to y'all about like what y'all like of all the systems, which we've all been gamers for the majority of our lives. Of all the systems you have, which one do you think is top tier? Like, and we can include like going from the beginning to now. You can have whatever your current system is. It just really, it just depends on what you think is top tier. Like, if you had to go to somebody, I'm about to move. I feel like my head about to
Bing, 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 bing.
Yeah, we're gonna take this down.
Here, pass it around.
Yeah, take care of that one. That's mama. So just put it somewhere where it's not gonna get broke. So we want to start. How about this? Each one of us, like pick one, and we'll
Elaborate on it.
we'll try to plead our case, and we'll let the people, if anybody watches this, decide, or whoever watches this, we'll speak it into existence. They have working on that, but we'll let them decide who gets
That's way down.
Sure. My top tier would probably be, I'm gonna say PlayStation 3. I
Elaborate.
wanted to say PlayStation 2 at first, but
Thank you.
but
I was just
Let
about to say
me-
that was gonna be my.
let me elaborate on why I feel like PlayStation 3. PlayStation 3 for people that play PlayStation, because I believe, if I'm correct, Xbox 360 came out first, right? It was
No.
Xbox and then PlayStation.
It was actually,
Or did
if
they
I
both come out
remember,
at the same time?
they were in the war together, so they were going
Something like that, right?
back and forth. Yeah.
But the PlayStation 3, I'm a PlayStation guy more than I am an Xbox guy. Kick that out of the way if you need to. But I feel like the PlayStation 3 was the first kind of introduction for most of us into like high def gaming.
Okay, because that's when Blu-ray started. Yeah.
It's the first intro to gaming online for most of us, coming from the PlayStation 2 going to the PlayStation 3. It was the first any of us that played primarily PlayStation, we got to play online. It had the most Sony titles that I feel like did the best. Like for example, the Drake's Uncharted, the first time I ever played that game. It was on PlayStation 3. Last of Us came out on PlayStation 3. Like, I feel like a lot of the most games, like the best games came through, and it was a really underrated thing. The controllers held up a lot better than they do with the 4. I don't know about the 5 because I don't have a 5 yet. But say that's like splitting.
That's like when got no games, but at its peak, you see like the sales, like when when Walmart, all the places was selling like PlayStation 2, and then it was like at its height peak, like everything. People didn't, of course, care about graphics as much at the time, but it was dropping bomb games like Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Dexter, Sly Cooper, everything.
Grand Theft Auto San
But
Andreas.
what? And I still remember cheat code books.
Oh yeah. Cheat codes.
I feel like
mods.
durability for like controller wise, it still had good controllers.
Yeah, but you got one of them thin joints.
I'm gonna say, there was two. It had several versions.
Yeah.
You got the slim, then you had the big bulky one. What the world? I did Megatron. But the big bulky one. Either way, I feel like still for the slim, it took a minute to break it in a way, but give about 3 or 4 times. It's done. But like the bulky one is like you should drop that about 10 to 20 times, and it still hold up.
The only gripe I have about PlayStation 2, because I still got a PlayStation 2 to this day. If I could find one for a reasonable price, I will have every single console, right?
Yeah.
But my only issue with the PlayStation 2 is just the fact that once I switched to not having to deal with cables, I never wanted to
go back.
Oh yeah,
because I swear, like, bro, freaking
Yes.
PlayStation controllers be like, bro. Like, come on, bro.
But I would say this though, you can still play PlayStation 1 games too on there.
True.
That was
But
one
I'm
of the
gonna be
first
honest
thing
with
that
you,
introduced me.
even though you can play PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games, I've
Yes.
never once. I can't remember anything that I'm like, oh my god, I wish I could play this again for PlayStation 1.
I wanted to comment on that because there was a measurement tool that I wanted to answer your question with. I'll let you get back because it's like ecosystem matters, right? When it comes to the console, right? Were you finished?
Oh no, you go.
So that's why the only reason, like, if we're measuring the goats of consoles at this time, if any of you guys remember, that time PlayStation 1 came out, GameCube came out, and that's when the Dreamcast was dying. Dreamcast had burnable DVDs that you can download games for, but the GameCube, that's why I want to say GameCube as far as ecosystem goes, it meshed well with the entire Nintendo system. You can play your Game Boy Advance games on there. You can use your Game Boy as a controller. The controllers have versatility in different kinds of controllers. You want to use your Nintendo 64 stuff on there. It had attachments to get online. It had attachments to link cables on there. It had attachments but the same thing applied with the PlayStation 2. If you wanted to play online, they had wireless adapters and online capability for the PlayStation 2. But it was an addable brick that you had to install into the back of it.
What game did you play online?
There was only SOCOM. I think it was only like Call of Duty and SOCOM that you could play online.
So does that really count when you
No.
don't play?
For PlayStation, I was talking about for PlayStation.
No, but I'm saying, does it really count if there's 90 games for it?
For the GameCube, they had games, well, all of them were like Pokemon based.
I was about to say
Exactly.
PlayStation
So
2
if you
had
didn't play-
variety game.
Variety game.
What's called if you want to talk about Pokemon, we didn't have Pokemon on there, but you had Digimon though.
Digimon like legit, bro.
It was legit, but
I mean, I'm talking about it was also a turn-based and a fighting game.
At the same time,
the Rumble one.
Right.
Ooh, and that was like on PlayStation 1 before it was on PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
And you still can play on the PlayStation 2, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and save your games from the PlayStation 1.
Yeah. That's one other thing I hated, like memory cards so much.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, it
Now
seemed
things
like
didn't
every
take
time-
up as much space
You had to-
as they do now,
Yeah.
but the memory cards didn't
I get like 2 or 3 memory cards.
And
just to
if
and
play.
swap them out when you needed to play something.
And they didn't include one with the game.
Yeah,
So like if you bought a PlayStation 2, you didn't get a memory card with it.
Yeah.
So
So you just left it on until you got one.
And let's not
Then you got
forget,
cussed out by your parents.
like games were like much bigger back in the day too.
And
like,
harder.
And harder. Like,
Yeah,
like
these
you had to
games
have
are so
2
much-
discs.
Yeah.
Just be like, okay, part 1, part 2, and
little flap.
sometimes it might be part 3.
Yeah.
I must say one of the Final Fantasy series had
Oh,
like a
Final
4 disc
Fantasy,
copy.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, nah. You gotta fight me.
Yes, I appreciate Pops on Final Fantasy. Yeah, I grew up on that. You like,
y'all know how I feel about turn-based games. I'm good.
I mean, you play chess. That's turn-based.
Yeah, but that's a board game, not a freaking video game.
They have Final Fantasy chess.
Yes, they did. No, it don't.
It's funny.
Sounds stupid.
It's funny. There's a chess game that I was gonna get for PlayStation 2, and then I'm just like, this is stupid. I'll just play chess.
I mean, can we just like get it off the Steam? Well,
they have Steam.
All of them are kind of weird.
Which why we not getting Steam though? Steam is PC.
But it's not a console.
I mean,
and if we were included as a console, it's not fair because it took up 4 generations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because PC was a console
we can
even
say,
all the way back to GameCube.
I'm about to say we should say kind of fair, even though it's taking a little bit of everything. But
Well, if that were the case, it's like because my first option was going to be the Xbox One.
Yeah.
After like the Elite Xbox One.
oh, but and you talk about a suitcase of a console, bro.
Oh, you said the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Not the 360.
No, the Xbox, the classic Xbox.
Yeah, the Xbox.
No, not that one.
I'm about to say both.
The Xbox One.
Oh,
As
yeah,
in like the
Xbox
actual one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would have just been said the original.
Yeah,
Xbox.
Oh, okay. Well,
But all of them was kind of bulky still, though.
Right.
But, you know, definitely the Xbox.
Xbox One looked like a computer console.
It did.
And my only issue with Xbox, well, I'm gonna let you. Well, I'll go ahead and say your piece before I say my issue.
Because the only reason I had it with the original Xbox is that the original Xbox had the horsepower, but it didn't have the competitive, what you call it, exclusives for other than Halo and Gears of War. PlayStation consistently had exclusives for both the American country and the Japanese stuff.
And that's why it's harder to get on PC than anything else.
Right.
To me,
Well, now they sold
now,
that price.
now,
so
but it's
everything
still,
you can get from
but it
PC.
still is taking a little longer
Right.
for PlayStation stuff to get it on PC than it.
Right, because they're trying to maintain some of the
Yeah.
stuff. So
So
they're not
like-
exclusive anymore.
For me, I never liked that fact that Xbox and PC are so close.
Well, they're made by the same company.
Exactly. But my thing is like, what's the point? If I could just save up the money and get into PCs and have mods, have access to Steam, have all these things, why
True.
would I get an Xbox when all I'm getting? I mean, I can even get Game Pass on PC. So
Now,
it's like,
this is true.
now that's what I'm saying. Cause
And I'm in complete agreement with those. So I would say the reason being is for those who aren't technologically savvy. Consoles are meant for those that just want to plug something in
and play.
and it works.
Yeah.
Like the moment you plug it in.
I get that there's a
Since
lot more.
each of you guys
technology.
got in the PC world, has it been a simple process?
No.
Bell South, you can count.
Cut.
I mean, it was. I mean, more of y'all have been like tech savvy more than I have been.
Just don't text. Somebody texting me.
But yeah, more of y'all been more tech savvy than I've been. I've been more of an outside kid. Don't get me wrong, I still have my video games though.
For me, the only thing that made it simple is the fact that I am an audio engineer.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for the fact that I already had all the tinkering in audio engineering, I probably wouldn't have taken to PCs as easily.
Yeah.
As
Would
I
have
did.
been more of a learning curve.
Probably, yeah, for me. But I'm surprised you for real didn't pick PC.
And that's only because, like, that's why I was saying, what are the measuring parameters? Like, what time frame was it degraded? Because it's like there's different aspects to everything. Are we talking about game volume, the amount of classics, or the amount of heavy hitter games that came out on this specific console at this time?
So
Because if that's the case, PlayStation was winning for a long period of time
because there were so many.
up
games.
until they started selling out, and we'll get into that topic in another
But
conversation.
was that so? Like, if I asked you, like, what's your favorite current system? Would it be PC?
Yes.
Okay. That's
For the
interesting.
exact reasons that you have. It's like there's
Like,
versatility,
yeah.
and you can get everything
I'm
from
about to say-
everywhere.
So it's
Current
not
system.
because you got Halo Tech going on. Yeah, slip that in there. Go ahead. Yeah, give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Slip that in there real quick. But yeah.
A little bit biased, a little company biased, but
Yeah.
without the bias, I still would have chose PC.
True that. But I do want to talk about Halo Texas. What's up?
Oh, I was about I say PSP though. That's
PSP
PSP.
is
Okay.
the best mobile system.
Handheld, yes,
hands
hands down.
time though. Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
you know.
I would even say even past this time, because
Yeah.
there's still some stuff that PSP was way before its time when it came out. 'Cause
Yeah.
what was its competitor at the time? Nintendo's DS's?
Yeah, GameCube game Nintendo basically.
No, I was gonna say what?
I was just saying, Nintendo in general.
And
was the
Nintendo in
only
general
people
has the market for handhelds, but the PSP
had
was way above its,
perfected it, yeah.
way past
It
its
punched
time.
above its class for real.
Right.
But like, that's the thing. Like Nintendo, I feel like is a mobile, like, and I mean it's a portable gaming system company.
Yeah.
Right. That's my issue with the Switch is because it's a portable game that you can attach to the TV.
Right.
So it's not like you
Yeah.
don't dislike the Switch, cause you will get you one, right?
So I,
Yeah, you see how it's
If it wasn't for extenuating circumstances and the price getting into a Switch, I would probably get it.
Yes. that
Because
does,
it's like,
yeah.
I just can't see myself, because y'all know, if I'm going to get it, I'm a buy once, cry once type of brother.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not trying to get like what's the,
Entry level.
yeah, I'm
try
going to
to
get like the OLED.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
get the
Oh,
best
it's
for
like
you.
what?
well, you might
somewhere?
you might went past that because they come with
The
those
Switch
new
2
one
was just
coming out?
announced.
Switch 2 now. Yeah.
Officially,
No.
not leaked.
Yeah.
Officially.
so we'll talk when the
The extended
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I just have not been as interested in Nintendo. I never had a GameCube until I never played on a GameCube.
Never had a
until I was
Nintendo
grown.
64?
Really?
My mom did, but we didn't know how to play it.
So what would you count Sega?
The Sega Genesis and the rest of them?
Would that
Spend
be
time
like
with
its
them.
own?
That's why I said for its time, the Sega Genesis or the Dreamcast was heavy hitters. That was back
But
when they
that was-
started.
But that was
it, though.
but
There
that
was
was
nothing
back
else to
in
go
right,
against.
that was back in when
Well, that was
you didn't have-
that was a trifecta. The
Yeah.
Nintendo 64, the Sega Genesis, and the Dreamcast
Yeah.
came later. It was kind of like the PlayStation of
But
the.
all three of those were literally like the only. Like at that time, if you wanted to play video games, you had to go to a place called an arcade.
Yeah.
For you young
For
ones,
you young ones.
right? You had to go to an arcade.
They got arcade cabinets, so if y'all want to experience it now.
I would love that. Like, I want to get one of those so bad and put it
Yeah.
like in the studio.
Right, right.
I mean, in case y'all can't tell, like right now we're recording in what is my office now, my workspace. But eventually we're going to have like a full like gaming room set up here somewhere. So like, I want to get one so bad, but then I look at it and I'm just like,
But then, like,
should I spend this money?
yeah, I mean, it was crazy because I could have been on bought me one, but like, where I would go put
Yeah,
it?
well,
Where you put it?
that's the main issue. I wish you would fold them up. Yeah,
Fold them up.
I mean, think about it. Like, you take the screen out,
Yeah.
feel me, and
Yeah,
then fold
okay.
up the
All
other
right, that
thing,
makes sense.
and then you can like shove it in a closet or something. Whenever you.
Well, I mean, with enough strength, you can fold anything up.
I mean, of course, now can you unfold it? That's the other
Well,
question.
will it work when you unfold it?
See,
Sometimes
look.
it does,
Oh my god.
So yeah, about wasting money. That would be one of those moments that you waste a lot of money.
Yeah, but it's like I get it. Like, but like so, since we're here and we've already mentioned Halo Tech, so Halo Tech for those of y'all that aren't plugged in, which what are y'all doing? Halo Tech is Angel's company. Tell them what all it is, cause I don't know.
So Halo Tech is an entry level technology and computer based company that I would like to express and to put out there as a form of teaching people about the entry levels of the words of computers and online gaming, computer based things, desktops, workstations, private servers and or public remote servers that you want to add. And also it's going to be a minor repair and or upgrading company where you can send PCs to be in repaired. If you have any issues or comments, questions, we can have a conversation on how to repair them, or you can pay us to do it for you.
So,
You
yeah,
can
like,
realize
so-
Brainiac, ain't you? Real life Brainiac.
Cut.
So to put that in regular Negro terms,
She
basically, huh?
The shit vodka.
Just you gotta believe it.
Gotta
But,
believe
so he builds this actual podcast is being recorded on a probably about to get him to throw me together another rig, so I don't have, because I don't like moving stuff. I just felt you looking at the side of my head.
You feel the burn in the side of your face.
But you already know, you know.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
Not right now.
Just my luck. PC will get mad and cut off right then. It
Just
starts
like
smoking
your car, you
and stuff.
start talking smack and then it don't work no more.
Like you do again.
Then I'm gonna have to turn the camera around. Like, see, this is what you buy with Halo Tech. It's got an attitude.
Don't take it out of my PC because you didn't do it.
But no. So like I've had a Halo Tech PC for I think beginning of COVID. I think
2-3 years now.
beginning of COVID. So that would have been 21, 20, something like that.
I say Halo Tech done wonders for me because he fits my old PC.
Yeah.
Man, it was just like, it was about on its last leg.
Yeah. And even if it's just stuff like consulting or learning about, like for me, I don't know what motherboards do. I don't know about a firewall or a system or anything like that. But I can call this man. I'm about to say something. By the way, did any of y'all know what wrong?
He said in a few minutes, to be honest with you.
I bet it. So like, due to this gentleman right here, I can like call and be like, hey, like so and so going on. And he'll, either I can just.
Well, it sounds to me that you shouldn't drink Kool-Aid over your PC anymore.
Hey, bro, look, sometimes.
Get real thirsty.
Yeah. It was a little hot, you feel me? I was just like, dang.
For the record, everyone, drinking anything over electronic device is not good for you.
Man, how you light up like a Christmas tree.
This your stuff's waterproof, isn't it?
We can make that happen.
Is that possible?
Yes, for the appropriate amount. You can have it underwater if you want.
Dang.
Huh.
You know what?
So you saying that we're gonna have an underwater gaming competition at some point?
Cash, I got. Oh no, big bang take over little bang. I know that's not enough to make Halo Tech. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna put.
But I mean, it's a start. We can have a conversation at least. That's a consultation fee. It's not.
But like hopefully soon, it's gonna be posting videos teaching people about like parts of computers, how computers work,
Agreed.
because everybody technological. Y'all can have it. Technology is definitely the way of the world now. Like you can't avoid
Unfortunately,
it.
you can't do pencil and paper everything.
Nope.
No more.
So if in some form
I
of
use number
capacity,
2 pencil.
I use number 3s.
And that.
I'm still on one.
Yeah, they're actually number 3 pencils.
Dang.
They
made by
they
the-
have a stronger lead than
Yeah.
yeah, my mom had bought those.
Ain't that the one that you use mostly for drawing and stuff like that?
You
More shading?
You can
Something like that.
like I use them because like I couldn't write growing up, and then I would get frustrated and I would bear down.
Oh, you can't. Be held up.
Never finished. But yeah, so like that's what I learned. Like
Okay.
I use number 3 pencils.
Cool.
They're pretty cool. They're not that much more expensive. They just never used.
I need to use one because I'm starting to try to get back into drawing.
Drawing this up, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. See, guys, we all do different things. So, yeah, but I mean, the thing is, like, with Halo Tech, like, without saying, like, a specific number so YouTube doesn't think we're trying to sell anything, at what point, like, how financially can you get started? Right? YouTube, we're not selling anything. Do y'all hear us? We're not selling anything. We're just having a hypothetical conversation. Please leave us alone.
The amount of money it would have cost you to buy your kid's daughter a laptop to take her to college is all you need to start.
Okay.
Any kind of bill,
Okay.
any kind of conversation for what you want to do, and then you grow from there.
Okay, so yeah, so that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So that like you connect control, like what kind of controllers do you recommend, John?
So it's always about ecosystem, right? There's always off-brand anything. There's name brand stuff, and there's stuff that meshes well with what you have.
Mm-hmm.
as we know, computers and PC is Windows and Microsoft based. Unless you go the Apple route, we're not gonna have that conversation. We probably wouldn't have any conversation because they'd probably take this video down. But moving on, I always recommend Xbox Elite controllers because one, they mesh well with the Bluetooth of most modern day motherboards now, and they're wired compatible. They automatically update when you plug them in. But moving on, but I always recommend them because they're always remappable.
Okay, yeah, I feel that.
I'm about to say what type of, as in controller wise, more of if they're a keyboard type of person.
Xbox Elite 2s because they have added buttons that you can add to the bottom.
I'm about to say everything just Xbox.
No, they have Logitech controllers. They have I just lost my brain, but the one that had the you had the controller for a while. But that's fact, I think it's right here.
Oh, that's
Whatever. I don't know if I can show this.
You can show us. We just,
But one
we're
of
not
these is
selling.
automatically what we're not selling, and we're not sponsored by this either.
Yeah.
But it's one of these that had the
Cover that
three,
label up, well, you know, they don't need to know. No.
the three triangle based one that has multiple mapping.
I need to get one
And
now.
we will gladly talk about whatever controllers or any accessories if y'all pay us.
We're open to sponsorship.
Yes, we're looking for sponsors, so check us out for real, right? Yeah, that's cool. So like, do you think? So like, if I'm like sitting here looking at a console, right? Other than what we've mentioned before, like we're just gonna disregard that. What do you think is like? What would drive me away from picking up that Xbox One, whatever, or that PS5, and jump into podcasting?
Jump in the
I mean, my bad. I just realized
Anytime. No, it's okay.
jumping into PC gaming.
Versatility. Right? Lack of support for a console in anything usually will lead to the death of anything. If you don't constantly maintain, like if you have a product and you think that product is going to stay relevant for all time, it usually doesn't work because we all know the attention span of this day and age is very short.
It's ridiculous.
If something can be the move and hot right now, and then next week nobody will talk about it
At all, yeah.
So if Xbox had just put out the Xbox 360, like for example, the 360 when it first came out, the arcade, and just left it, do you think Xbox would still be a company right now? If they was like, okay,
Red ring of death.
I wasn't gonna put that out there, but yeah. Same thing with PlayStation. Like if they prided themselves on having free online capabilities, and then people put their credit cards and all their information onto the accessibility of.
And boom, you get charged.
And there was some interesting transactions being happening on people's personal accounts. But if they had never went back and kept up with that, that will drive away anybody from anything. So I think that as long as a console has active support, active people updating it, active people having new stuff come out, or really being open to the community, that's one thing. Listening to the community about what they want and what they want from the company will be anything that'll keep a fan base to anything.
Do you feel like mods were a good reason to switch to like?
Oh, forever and always.
Because like I didn't realize because like for me, if I had to pick one sort of gaming, it would probably be like if they can get it more polished up, it would probably be VR. VR is probably my favorite type of game, right? But like I didn't realize how much modding there was.
Oh, a lot.
Like
There's libraries and
yes.
terabytes of just content of people just having ideas of what they add to the VR community.
So when you say modding is like kind of like the cheat codes for
modding. So modding to me is like modern day cheat codes and stuff, way more complicated.
Modding to me is, so you have the base company, and modding is basically what the community with the technology skills want to add to the game. And modding has no kind of jurisdiction, no parameters, no borders, no boundaries. They can do anything that they want, good, bad, or indifferent, to that game. And if you can think it, it's like, it would be great if I'm sure there's a mod out there for it. Again, good, bad, or indifferent.
Like I'm having freaking. I remember because like one of my favorite VR games is Bone Labs, right?
Right. Okay.
I'm in the sandbox. I have a whole like civil war going on with freaking Frieza and Goku. Just 1,000 Friezas over here, 1,000 Gokus over here. My Oculus was crying.
Yes.
My Oculus was crying in pain, but the whole time you just see key blasts flying all
Oh,
over
that's
the
the
place.
thing where a lot of people can like
Fight
mass,
each other.
yeah, mass up.
Yeah,
Like,
really, because
how-
I mean, I just put them close to each other, and I
Like,
just
how many
popped up
Gokus would it take
and
to?
slapped one of them, and then just ran off real quick, and then
Right.
they all just started fighting each other.
Mhm.
So
I see a
you
lot of
just-
those, like one of those.
I got a sniper rifle that was also freaking mine, and I'm just sitting here just picking off people.
You remember that the Dragon Ball Z mod for the Spider-Man game?
Yeah, or the Shrek one.
Yeah, the Shrek.
Yeah, we could swing around the Shrek. Yeah, I mean, games have been saved by
The
mods.
modding community.
Like Assassin's Creed Unity
Oh my god.
would have tanked
Tanked.
if it wasn't for the fact that somebody came out with fixes for all the problems, and it basically made it feel like a whole new game. Right?
Fallout series, the Bethesda games.
True. There were a lot of
Huge
Skyrim
modding,
mods
Skyrim
were
mods.
crazy.
And there's anything, I'm not even going to get into the list of shenanigans that come from the Skyrim modding
Bro,
community.
you were
But
good. We got to skip a section anyway, so we good to go.
what do you
No,
mean?
I'm saying like
Oh, but yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the community, anything you can think of it. That's why, like you were saying, it leans towards the PC community. And some of the consoles are starting to adapt some of the more family-friendly modding and the ones that mesh well with the actual device. Because some things just aren't compatible.
Oh yeah,
They-
no,
they don't
sometimes
work
it just
well.
don't work.
And you
Like,
can't guarantee that it's going to work every time. Then they don't want to add it to the console.
sensory overload.
Yeah. It's like, or like, did y'all play Watch Dogs?
Yes, I did.
That was another game that they went back and like modded the crap out of it.
Which another game that died. Like it's
And
like
it
they
was
put it
saved
out
by
there, it was
mods.
hot, and then it just
Yeah. Well, I mean, that has to do with Ubisoft's marketing, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
we'll get into that another.
But like, yeah, there was a lot of things that came in with like they changed a lot of things, they added extra modes, added like all these things,
Agreed.
and it brought the game back to life. Like, it's interesting. Like, the gaming community, in my opinion, is the only community that has both destroyed and saved its own community at the same time.
At the
It's
same
so
time.
crazy, right? But
It just depends on who listens to the community.
yeah, and it depends on who's actually in the community for the community. Cause like we're gonna talk about this another time, but like one thing just kind of prerequisite, so y'all check out that episode too. I keep forgetting y'all.
You're like, yo.
But like, I feel like in light of like new games, I've been telling y'all all day. Like if y'all follow me on Twitch, y'all hear this. But like this year is gonna be the year of the RPG for real. Like,
Right.
there are so many good RPG games coming out.
With new stories, new ideas, everything.
Yeah, and so it's like, but then like it's like, for example, I was talking to y'all last night about the new Mafia game coming out,
New Mafia game.
Mafia Old Country, and it's like I was looking at the comments and like just on the announcement, people were like, oh yeah, this game is a L, it's not gonna be good, it's trash. I'm like, bro, we
Dang.
ain't even see games.
That's a
like
damn.
that. Relax.
He's like, you judge me before you even know me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, and that's another thing I like to make a comment on about just the public itself. You're gonna have people that are there specifically just to tear something down. There's some
Yeah.
people that are gonna stand it.
Yeah.
We have another name for those type of people, but
Yeah.
the people that are gonna ride it just because it's nostalgic. There's the people that are gonna hype it up. It's you know,
Yeah.
you gotta take everything
I'm about to say,
with a level of
It
maturity.
feel hand to hand.
But I
Right.
feel like a lot of times, like those people are in these different positions, right? Like, for example, when Black Myth Wukong came out, which
Right.
Black Myth Wukong did really good.
In my opinion.
I
Other
say,
than the fact,
were you still playing that?
hell yeah. I do not claim to be one of those types of gamers. Man. I'll play it, then I'll put it down, and then I'll play it, then I'll put it down. But like, it's like there was somebody, I think it was an IGN article I read or something, where like it was a gaming expert that basically said that there wasn't enough inclusivity in the game.
Inclusivity. Yeah.
And I'm like,
What are you basing?
did you play the game? Because like within like the first,
They included pandas in the game. Like, what is? What are you trying to include? That wasn't.
There's a bear that turns into a freaking man that turns into a like. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just saying like they were saying there weren't enough female characters. And I'm like, bro, if you played within the first 30 minutes of the game, you're going to meet a female character.
And also just historical accuracy.
I mean, yeah, it's
if
about
we're telling a story,
Yeah,
then if there were no insert group A in it,
yeah.
and
why
I add
would
them
we throw
in when I'm
there?
telling the story, then I'm now lying
Yeah,
or fictitiously making the story up.
yeah. So I don't know. But all right, so I guess the last thing we'll talk about before we wrap up this episode, right? So we all have a bunch of famous games, right? Yeah, a bunch of really like games that are nostalgic that lock into that we'll probably still play right now if we had the ability to, right? So I wanted to ask y'all before we call this episode to a close, if there were 3 games, all right, just 3, right?
And I'm pulling my list out so I can remember.
3 games that you could see have a revamp, right? As in, it could be this game came out and it flopped, right? So I just want them to add X, Y, Z, or this game came out when I was 12 and I'd love to see it come out again, right? Or if they add X, Y, Z to it. What would y'all want? I'm gonna go last, right?
So I guess I'll go first.
Yeah.
So the one that's in. So I'm gonna start from oldest to newest in my list because I have like an older game kind of mid-range and one that kind of came out recently that needs to be redone. My first one was the Twisted Metal Black game,
Just Metal Black.
or just the Twisted Metal series in general. I'd love to see them have a modern or a revamp or redo of any of that series because I loved that series on the PlayStation 2 growing up, and it was like one of those couch games that was for all times, so you could play for a while. The next was Burnout Paradise. It was the first, I think it was one of the first open world racing games before Need for Speed, took the market. And then Battlefield 2043. I just don't think that they lived up to their 42. My bad.
Okay, I'm about to say that was
Battlefield 2042. I gave them a year, but at launch they didn't. I don't believe that they represented the Battlefield brand as best as they could have. But it was overall could have done better.
Service.
Well, we know who owns the company, but we'll have that conversation another time.
Jay, what you got?
So my game would be Def Jam for the first one.
The first one, so then
No, I mean
Like
like they need to make a
so
course.
like start another one based off like
Because we don't want, because Def Jam was cool. Def Jam NY definitely was cool. Def Jam Icon. What the hell?
Oh my god, bro. That game made me
Yikes.
so mad.
Oh my
bro.
God. Go off the beat. So if they, which has been kind of like rumors.
Of them doing enough. Yeah, I heard about that.
But just please, don't make it like that.
Yeah. If they're gonna mirror anything, it should definitely mirror the old pattern.
Yeah, like, but there's one. Of course, with the simplicity of like all the rappers out now,
Oh,
they
yeah.
they can be doing some wild, movements and stuff. And of course, the graphics getting graphics down right.
Yeah, the graphics were good.
Yeah,
I thought it was just the gameplay.
It's just the gameplay. Storyline definitely gotta have good storyline. It's one of the fun, underground wrestling games.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Especially
Especially the first one. The first
Yeah.
one was like a black version of WWE.
yeah, that was pretty good. I can't forget the bosses. The bosses were tough.
Oh my God, yes. Talking about throwing control.
Oh my goodness. D-Mob on the first one.
I did not like Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg is cool. Snoop Dogg is
For
cool.
years,
Like,
just because of Crow, bro.
Bro.
like he get his Super
Bro.
Bowl so quick.
Bro, when I tell you, bro, I had beef with Snoop Dogg for years.
Just all
Just because of that game, bro. I'm like, bro.
The next one, I feel like should be Bloody Roar, which I don't know if y'all remember this type of game. Basically they turn into like beasts. So like like they start out regular human light, which I've been talking about this game for the longest with one of our friends. It's like kind of like another fighter, basically. So they turn into beasts like bats, tiger mode, and yeah, look it up. It's pretty good. It's pretty cool. I wish they'll make a new one of that because it has a potential of becoming a great fighter to me. Movements was nice. Characters, cool and everything. It was a pretty good, awesome game at its time. Last but not least, Bully, which it was right there, and then take it right back, and then right there again, and then take it right back.
Oh, God. Yikes.
Just release the game, please. It might suck. It might do. And it might be cool. Let us be the judges. Because
Let us be the judges.
Bully was like
so much fun.
So much
Literally
fun,
one of
bro.
the most fun games.
So much fun, bro. Like the rubber band ball, trying to find all the pieces.
All the
in it.
rubber bands,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness, that.
You run around with firecrackers.
Yeah, going to the free show. The circus when they
Oh,
not that type
okay.
of.
I was like,
no,
wait.
that'll be a Grand Theft Auto
I'm
type.
not in community, you guys.
That'll be a Grand Theft Auto type of thing, though. But
That's crazy. I love that game. So much.
it had the drip on, bro.
Oh yeah,
Bro.
where you got houses and different places and students somehow.
Egging people, we got no dude. Like, come on. It was like
Run around pulling multiple different girls on campus. If you pull two girls and they saw it, they fight.
Each other, which is weird.
Yeah, it is weird. They didn't even touch you.
I mean, I had what's the name?
That game definitely could not have came out.
Yeah,
No,
they wouldn't be able to handle that.
No.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so I guess I'll say my three before we get up out of here. My first would probably be Jack and Daxter.
Oh, come on, man. You get rid of that one.
Jack and Daxter is one of my favorite games ever. Like,
funny as
story
well.
was good. It was funny.
Yeah.
Gameplay was
Yeah,
fun.
funny.
It's a good little kind of puzzles and stuff. It was challenging where it had to be, and not where.
Graphics was pretty good.
Graphics were really good. Given that time.
Yeah, in that time period. Yeah.
The world was also really big.
Yeah.
The next game would probably be. I'd have to say Sly Cooper.
Sly Cooper,
Sly
bro.
Cooper, bro.
Sly Cooper, bro.
It's such.
Did he ever get the Fox Girl?
Yeah, he did, and then he had
In our
a
hearts,
second
that's
time, and then it was. But you ain't play last. Bro.
I did play the last one. I can't remember this.
Yeah, he got it, and then he went back in time, and then.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Right. Can nobody ever be happy in it?
No, never.
Nobody could ever just have the happy ending.
Yeah, never that. No. And then I guess my last one would probably be, what is it?
This one I wrote it down.
What is it? Revolver? It was like the Red Dead before Red
Oh,
Dead.
Right. I know what you're
But that was.
Because I know we got Red Dead Redemption, but it just don't feel the same.
But that's totally different
Or
from
just-
the storyline of. It's Red Dead, but it's the
It's like-
two-player
Yeah.
multiplayer. There's
Yeah.
only Red Dead multiplayer because during the time me and my brother got done, you skip pick our character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Red Dead Revolver.
Red
Yeah.
Dead Revolver, yeah.
That was
It
pretty good.
Such a good game.
Yeah, good game.
Like, it was great, yeah. But no, so yeah, I think those
Like,
are pretty good.
I wish they just not worry about graphics too much. I mean, we need graphics, but more of a
The game can be ugly, but it's not the main.
It's not the main focus.
It gotta have a balance of all three:
And I think
graphics,
you can,
storyline, and gameplay wise.
and I think you can really tell that by all the indie games that are doing well. Now.
Yeah,
Because it's not always graphics. It's just do you have a good time?
Right.
yeah.
Or leave it up to us to figure out what good time we want to have.
That's why a lot of mobile games are still pretty good,
True that.
and been out for a long time.
Because That's the reason why we hung on gang beats for so long, because the game
It's
is
just fun,
it's not complex. Just
Yeah.
You don't have to
Yeah.
work
Yeah.
too hard. You know, not a lot of thinking.
Hey,
Yeah,
you don't like this name? Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out.
So I think that about wraps up this episode. Anything else y'all got for the people before we get up out of here?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
and keep gaming.
Yes, sir. So I want to thank y'all for watching the HB podcast. I'm not quite sure what number this is because, life. But if y'all enjoyed that, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your mom, your sister, your dad, your lizard, your ex-boyfriend. Y'all can work it out if y'all just watch the HB podcast. Feel me? Also, I'm going to be posting all of our social medias, the HB Culture social media,